Long before maps were trusted and roads were safe, people feared what lay beyond the edge of the firelight. The night was not simply darkness. It was a living thing, filled with whispers, shadows, and stories passed from mouth to mouth until they hardened into truth. In those days, fear was a guide more powerful than any compass. It told travelers where not to go. It warned children when to stay close to home, and it shaped monsters out of silence. Among all the tales told in the desert villages and mountain settlements, none was more feared than the story of the ghoul who lived in the Black Valley. The Black Valley lay between two jagged mountain ranges, where the sun reached the ground only for a few brief hours each day. Its rocks were dark, its trees twisted as though frozen mid-scream, and its winds carried strange echoes that made travelers believe they were being followed. No caravan passed through it. No shepherd grazed his flock near it. Even birds seemed to avoid flying over its depths. The elders said the valley was cursed. The merchants said it was haunted. And the children whispered one name in trembling voices, the Ghoul. They said she could smell fear. They said she took many shapes. They said once you looked into her eyes, you would never leave. No one remembered when these stories began. They had always existed, and that alone made them powerful. In a small village, not far from the valley, lived a man named Salim. Salim was not famous. He was not a warrior, nor a nobleman, nor a scholar of great renown. He was a traveler, a trader, and sometimes a helper to those in need. But Salim possessed something rare. He questioned fear. While others accepted stories as truth, Salim listened carefully and asked simple questions. Who saw this? When did it happen? Why had no one returned to tell the tale themselves? These questions unsettled people. Fear prefers silence, not curiosity. Some things should not be questioned, the villagers told him. Fear keeps us alive. Salim would smile and reply, fear can also keep us blind. One evening, as the sky burned red and gold, Salim learned that a distant village urgently needed supplies. The longer route around the mountains would take many days. The shortest path led directly through the Black Valley. The villagers pleaded with him not to go. You will not return, they said. No man has crossed that valley and lived. Salim listened, nodded, and thanked them for their concern. That night, as the stars emerged one by one, he packed his belongings and set out alone. He did not feel brave. He felt calm. The valley welcomed him with silence. The air grew colder. The wind whispered through broken stone like distant voices. Every shadow seemed to move just a moment too late. Salim walked steadily, his footsteps slow and deliberate. He did not rush, for fear thrives on haste. Then the ground trembled. A presence filled the path ahead, heavy and undeniable. From the darkness emerged a towering figure. The Ghoul. She was still, her form shifting, like smoke caught in moonlight. Her eyes glowed faintly, reflecting every fear she had ever consumed. Why do you walk here? She demanded, her voice echoing against the stone. Salim stopped. He did not draw a weapon. He did not run. Instead, he looked up at her and asked calmly, Why do you wish to frighten me? The Ghoul hesitated. No one had ever asked her a question. Because that is what I am, she replied. Because fear is my nature. Salim studied her face, then said softly, No. Fear is what others decided you are. The Ghoul laughed, but her laughter carried no joy. They cast me out, she said. They feared what they did not understand. Their fear shaped me more than any curse. She told Salim her story. Once, she had lived among humans. She was different, yes, but not monstrous. Their fear turned to hatred, and their hatred to exile. Alone, she became what they feared her to be. Salim did not interrupt. He listened, and in that silence, the Ghoul felt something she had not felt in centuries. Seen. Fear feeds on ignorance, Salim said, but understanding starves it. The Ghoul's form flickered, less monstrous, more sorrowful. As the first light of dawn crept over the mountains, the valley changed. Shadows softened. The air grew warmer. You may pass, the Ghoul said. Tell them the truth, if they will hear it. Salim bowed his head in respect and continued on his journey. Salim returned days later, unharmed. The villagers stared in disbelief. He told them not of a monster, but of a lonely guardian shaped by fear. Some laughed, some doubted, some listened, and that was enough. Over time, travelers began to pass through the valley. Not all at once. Not without hesitation. But they passed. The ghoul remained, not as a terror, but as a silent watcher. And the story changed. Fear is not born in darkness. It is born in misunderstanding. And courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to face it with open eyes. If you enjoyed this long Arabian folktale, subscribe to Arabian Spellbound Stories for more ancient legends, mythical journeys, and timeless wisdom.